Hello everyone, welcome to the Bidfood Kitchen. We are live here today in Slough in our fantastic development kitchen. We're here to talk about Crafty Pizza. I will be your host today, Georgina. I work in customer marketing. I've worked at Bidfood for about 2 years now. So before we get started today, we've just got a small bit of housekeeping to go through. So number one, we are socially distancing here today. So if you hear me in the background when Martin's on camera, who is our development chef, who you will meet in a minute, that's why, it's because we can't be on camera at the same time. This is actually only the second time ever we've gone live. We went live this morning, so welcome back to those of you that are rejoining us. Thank you for giving us all your time today. If you do have any technical issues, please just pop them in the Q&A. We have the fabulous Joe behind the scenes working really hard on all the technical aspects. So if you've got any problems, please do let him know and he will do his best to sort it out for you. So on that note, we'd love this to be a really interactive and engaging session for you all today. So if you do have any questions, pop them in the Q&A and we will do our best to answer any questions that you have. But on that note, this is being recorded, so you will be followed up with an email that has the product listing, the presentation, and any questions that we don't get to today, because obviously we do have a bit of a time limit, but hopefully everything will be answered. Finally, as I mentioned, we'd like this to be interactive, so do feel free to tweet us at the Bidfood Kitchen, and we'd love to hear what your feedback is for the day, so hopefully we can bring you more exciting webinars. So, on to pizza and why we're here today. So, firstly, we're here to talk about the Crafty Pizza Co. This is our Bidfood exclusive pizza concept. So we have everything to help you set up your own delivery concept, right through to the products, the recipes, the inspiration, to the POS, which we also have bespoke POS opportunities, which is really great. So I don't need to bore you with loads of facts about why pizza is a really exciting market to be in. The pizza market as a total is worth £5.2 billion currently. And in 2019, even pre-COVID, we saw the delivery market overtake eating in. This just shows what an exciting area it's been in, what exciting area it is. And also, COVID has only added to the delivery market growing. So, we've got loads of different customers with us here today. We've got everyone from schools to hotels to pubs to contract caterers. I think, again, this just shows how adaptable a pizza offering is. For schools, for example, it's a really great way to introduce theme days, to get those kids back eating their hot school lunches, which I know we are seeing a slight dip in post-COVID and the return of schools. For hotels, pubs, you have room service opportunities, you have home making kits opportunities, putting kits together, people can really have that in-home experience. And speed of service, delivery, satisfaction, everything pizza can deliver on. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Martin, who is our development chef on this. So Martin, over to you.
Thank you very much, Georgina, and welcome to the Crafty Pizza Co. Presentation here. We've got some great products here to show you. First off, we're going to start with one of the pizzas that's been developed, which is the Jamaican. So all I've done is, before we talk about the bases, I've just pinned that out, topped it with the gustoso sauce. We've got some chicken, some mixed peppers, there we go, Joe, and some Scotch bonnets. And then we're going to finish that with the Levi Roots reggae sauce. So I'm going to pop that in the oven and then we're going to talk about some extra bases that we can show you and provide. All right, so that's going in now.
So as Martin pops that in the question, one more thing from me is there may be some polls that come up today. If it comes up over your screen, please feel free to move them just to the side. We'd love you guys to answer these and interact, and we can publish the results in the email that follows up.
Fantastic. Okay, so on to some other bases that we can supply you. So if you didn't want the dough balls, then you can actually, we've got a range of other bases. So we've got a wood-fired from Pan Artisan, a 23 centimetre pizza base. It's got a little bit of tomato sauce on there, but you can add some more to that and top as you wish using all of the recipes that are here. They're all very, very easy to do. They all sort of carry with the Arla mozzarella, which is the 10mm dice, the gustoso sauce. So we've got the focaccia romana, which again cooked. It's a really, really simple base to use. It's very obviously it's plain. You can top it with whatever you want. And then we've also got the Dr. Shah gluten-free option. So it comes in the tray and it's already wrapped. So really, really simple to use. Again, top them with the ingredients, and that's how it is there. And yeah, so we've got those, and then what I'll do is I'll show you the dough balls now. So 1 second.
I think the beauty about some of these bases, Martin, as well, is the fact that you really can cook them in whatever oven you already have in your kitchen.
That's right, and that's exactly what I haven't got a pizza oven as much as I'd love one. You know, it is, you know, we're cooking it in a Convotherm. It's set at 210, and you know, it's perfect. It's on a pizza screen, so there we go. I either cook it on those, or I've got one here to go in the oven, which I've just done on a tray. Again, just greased it slightly with a little bit of oil, so you get that crispy bottom, and it's quite easy to do. So all the ingredients are straightforward, and you know, it's that really, really simple. So what I'm going to do, because we've got a couple of minutes on the pizza in the oven, I'll just show you the dough ball now.
I think it's worth noting that this dough ball is vegan as well.
It's got 5% sourdough added to it, so you can put that on your menus. And what I've done here is these have been out, so I defrost them in the fridge for a minimum of 12 hours. That just sets the, you know, between 1 and 5 degrees. It defrosts, and then all the yeast and the flour return to their natural state. So then what I do is I bring them to an ambient temperature. And just leave them out on the side. That's fine. I keep them covered, and then they really start to rise there, like you see. So what we've got is a lovely dough ball. You've got nice undulations there going, and what I'm going to do is just pop that on there. Right, I'm just going to put semolina. Now, I always use semolina. Some people will use a semolina and flour mix. We sell the semolina in a 3 kilo bag, so it's you know, quite easy to get hold of. And there we go. You see.
Why
so
do
just,
you use semolina, Martin, instead of flour?
It's something that I've always used. Just using all flour will just go all over the kitchen. It'll be a right old mess. So. I tend to use all semolina for me, but like I said, you can use a 50-50 mix. So there's the dough ball up. What I'm going to do, so some people are a little bit nervous about this. Everybody's got their own method of rolling out a dough ball. So I start with my fingertips, the inside, and what I do is I go round like this. I don't do it from the middle, because otherwise you might end up splitting the middle of the dough. So what you're looking for is like a little dome, and let me just check my pizza. We're cool, we're good.
It's smelling great.
So I just keep going round and round, so that'll form a little, like I suppose a crust, and I'll just keep going and doing that for a little while. So you've still got the dome in the middle.
So while you keep forming your dough, Martin, we have a question that's come in here. Yeah. It says, what is the maximum time you can leave the dough ball in the fridge for so wastage can be managed?
48 hours you can leave it in the fridge for. So, and if you're worried about, you know, the wastage side of it, I think it's a little bit of to start off with, you know, just see how many you've got coming through, and then you can, as you get more and more orders, obviously you don't want to run out of the dough balls if you're got them in the fridge, but to start off with, you know, it will be you will have a little bit, but once you manage that and you know sort of roughly how many you got coming through, it's quite easy to do and to plan for. So we just keep going round and round, and as it gets thinner and thinner, there we go. You see,
looks great.
So yeah, we're nearly ready on the Jamaican. So what I'll do is quickly just finish this off.
As you can see with Martin with his PPE on as well today, I think pizza really shows that it's a really great option for delivering on a COVID-safe kitchen. It really can be cooked, developed by a single chef in your kitchen, but also with the right PPE, he's still able to roll out the dough very professionally with all of his PPE on. So that's a really great aspect to have as well.
And then just going to do that. And you know, some people say, oh, it needs to be perfectly round. It doesn't. You know, it gives to that sort of rustic. There we go, rustic look. So I'm just going to pop that over there and just clear this down before we get on.
Oh, we've got a really great question that's come in, Martin. Once the base has been made and it's been topped, could this then be returned to the fridge before you cook it?
I think what you could do is have it pinned out, already sourced, and then just cover them, and then yeah, you could ultimately put them back into the fridge. So
that's a real win on speed of service then.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get that done there, and our pizza perfect. So what I'm going to do, just put that board there.
That really does smell amazing, that waft as it's come out of the oven.
And there you can see, look, you got a nice crust on there. With the semolina, it gives that sort of really sort of crunchy effect. Obviously, different ovens. If you've got a wood fired, you get that charring. Stone baked, you get the almost the puff up from the bubbles of that. But the Arla cheese really works well in this. You know, you get a real sort of spread of cheese and a good colour from it. So, and actually, you got a really nice crispy base. I don't know whether you can actually hear that, but
yeah.
So that's the Jamaican, and what I'm going to do. So we've got the reggae sauce, and I just like to finish it with this. Just like that, you see.
Fantastic.
So that's the, I'll give it a cut. So can you hear the crunch on this? Yeah, there you go. You can hear it anyway.
I can hear it, it sounds great. I think on that note with the Arla cheese as well, it's worth noting that they've done some really great research on the different types of cheese and how they all work in different ovens and what sort of finish you want. So that's definitely worth looking into if you are looking to improve the kind of appearance and taste of your pizza, if you might have a concept already.
There you go. So look, a nice thin base and a nice bit of crunch on the end. All right. So I'm just going to put this over here. Unfortunately,
yeah. So just before you move on to topping your next set of pizzas, Martin, we have a question about the dough.
Yes.
Can you roll out the dough balls with a rolling pin, or is it better to hand mould it?
There's different ways. You can roll it out with a rolling pin if you want. There's a cold press. There's several different ways. Cold press, hot press, the teasing out as I've shown you there. So there's different methods, but whatever works for you. I mean, keep having a practice. Like I said, they don't have to be perfectly round. I know mine was quite round there, but you know, and different shapes as well. So I've got this one here, which I've left a little bit thicker, and so that will puff up really nicely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to top a couple now. I think any more about the ingredients? The Gustoso sauce we've spoken about. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a white pizza to start off with, a Blanco. So I've got a white sauce here, bechamel, and all I've done is mix some truffle oil through it. Again, really easy. Just mix the two together, and we're going to pop them. So about a spoonful on there.
We've had a question about the size of dough ball. I think correct me if I'm wrong here, Martin, but I think they're 210 grams each. But a really great element about the dough ball is actually you can cut them, you can combine them, so you can deliver whatever size, as large or as small pizza as you want.
Exactly. You'll see a little bit later some of the other products that I've made with either a single dough ball or joining them together and making a different product. So, right, okay, back to the white one. We've got the mozzarella cheese on there. This
Martin,
is probably one of my favourite ones, this is.
Sorry, Martin. Do we sell the truffle oil, Martin?
Yes, we do. Yeah, it's truffle oil. Yeah, comes in at 285 milliliter jar, so, or bottle. Then we've got the blue cheese going on.
We absolutely
Castello Blue.
Product code for the truffle oil is 33864, in case anyone is interested
Like
as
that. So we've got that. Then all I've done here is caramelise some red onions up. So that will add a little bit of sweetness to the pizza. And then again, I've just marinated some mushrooms overnight, and I've just done that with some thyme, some oil, and then a little bit of red wine vinegar just to add a little acidity. And it's a really nice bite when you get through to the chunky mushroom. It's all quite meaty. So I got that one there. So that's all topped quite nicely.
So while you prep that, Martin, we've had a few questions again about the pizza oven. Do you need a pizza oven to cook these in? Just to reiterate, you really don't need to have a specialist oven for that. That's why this concept is so great. And with all of our fantastic chefs here at Bidfood, we really can personalise the concept to work in your outlet. We can make it work with what you guys have got in your kitchen. So there's no need to go out and buy and invest in lots of equipment, especially as in the climate that there is today.
So we've got that, and then I'm just going to finish it with a little bit of black pepper there. And so that's the truffled mushroom, white sauce, mozzarella and blue cheese. I'm just going to put that to one side, and we're going to put this one, and then I'm going to do another one as well. So, stay there. We've got one that I pinned out a little while ago.
Did you use a proving oven to prove your dough balls today, Martin?
No, it was literally, took them out of the freezer for a minimum of 12 hours, and then I've just got them on the side. As you can see, they're starting to rise, and you know, the yeast is working. So on with this one is the vegan. So vegan barbecue. We've got some really good Naked Glory tender strips. So it's got that nice little bit of charring on there, and some red onion, some grated vegan mozzarella, and some mozzarella. Now, mozzarella is made from fermented brown rice, and again, it sort of runs like a mozzarella, but obviously it's not true mozzarella, but it's a really good product to have. So on with the gustoso sauce. So this is we've got the gustoso pizza sauce, and we've got the gustoso multi-use tomato sauce. Either one of those will be completely acceptable. They're really good products, as you can see. Nice colour, a little bit of oil in there, you can see. And so what I'm going to do is go on there like so. And I've used my spoodle, and I'm just down like that. And around, probably about another half.
Do you know what the cooking time might be roughly in a Merry Chef, Martin?
That's that's something that we could work with Merry Chef to actually come up with a specific, depending on which one it is, a specific program for Merry Chefs. So whether it be a finished base, because I know they've done some work on that, so you know, it's something that we could easily work with them on. What we got now? So mozzarella, the vegan. This is the cheese style mozzarella, and it comes in which I've actually got some here. So it comes in a 1 kilo bag, sorry, and it's a grated mozzarella style. So again, really good.
This is a really great product, I think. For a vegan cheese, it actually really appears to melt, which I know a lot of vegan cheeses really struggle with, so that's a really great product.
Then we've got some red onions going on there. And then what we'll do is so I've just sliced the mozzarella down, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So that's that. And then what I like to do is just with the barbecue sauce, they do 2 of these actually. One's got a barbecue flavour on already, and one's the charred. But I'm just going to give that a little tumble and pop that in between. I mean, you can use any sort of soy-based protein. What else? Love Seitan do a really nice soya-free pepperoni, which comes in a 500 gram pack. So what we've got there, so there's the vegan pizza with the tender strips, barbecue sauce and mozzarella. So I'm going to pop both of those in the oven. Hang on a sec.
That sounds great. We've had a question on the shelf life of products, but correct me if I'm wrong here, Martin, but I actually think the dough balls, they come in frozen.
They do.
So they should have a really great
yeah,
shelf life on them.
I mean, it's there's 80 to a case. They're 210 grams, and yeah, they've got a good shelf life. So you know, you just take out what, you know, once you get into a routine of being able to know what your covers are, then yeah, and so that both of those are going to go into the oven now. So we're going to cook them together.
They look really good. So we've got a question, Martin, a bit of a fun one. What is your favourite pizza flavour combo?
Okay, I quite like this one actually.
That is a particularly good one.
I quite like that one, so I would have to go with that. And yeah, if I was, I do like a Texas barbecue as well.
It's always a classic.
So yeah, that's quite nice.
Yeah.
So that's 2 there. Let me just have a quick tidy down. And
so would jackfruit work on a pizza?
Yes.
I think absolutely. In fact, even in the Crafty pizza, we have a recipe that uses jackfruit.
Yes, yeah, you can cook down. So we sell cans of jackfruit. What you can do is really, really simple. They come in the small cans, and you just drain them, shred them. They'll pull like pulled pork almost. You just sweat down some onions, pop into the jackfruit in there, and add some barbecue sauce. Just cook it down for about 20 minutes, half an hour. You could do a batch and use it for other things like wraps and sandwich fillings and toasties. So why not top a pizza with it as well? So yes, yeah, you can do. We've also got, you know, obviously the flavours here: Taste of India, Meat Feast, the Farmhouse Italian Spice, all sort of very, very different. And the Taste of India again has got onion bhajis, mango chutney, and all of that sort of thing on. So, so yeah, it's a really sort of versatile way of doing a pizza concept. And I think, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So I think what Martin's going to show you now is just some different ways that you can use the dough balls as well. Yep.
Okay, so for most of these, I'll talk you through them. So last year I was lucky enough to go to New York with Arla We looked at loads of different pizzas and burgers, and a lot of things out there, you know, are really sort of trendy. We've got, they were doing a lot with hot honey, so like a chili infused honey, and it's called Mike's Hot Honey, and they were drizzling it over literally everything, every pizza. It was brilliant. So what I've done is done a little hot honey glazed twists. So these two actually came from one dough ball. So I've got some chorizo in there, some goat's cheese, then I've topped with some grated parmesan and some black pepper, and just baked those off and glazed them with the hot honey. I've used the Everyday Favourites honey and the chili flakes, literally just glazed them over. Detroit base with pepperoni and mascarpone, some rosemary. This is actually 3 dough balls that I've proved up. So you give them a really good, probably about 40 minutes prove, and you get that sort of focaccia style base. And I saw that a lot in New York, where the story was that it comes from the motor trade. So they used to bake in the old oil trays. Then a lot of other things is, so I've got another pizza here which has got a seeded, so a pumpkin seed, a poppy seed crust. So again, that's just using the same base, a nice crust on the outside, slightly glazed as well with some butternut squash, red onion, and some mascarpone. So yeah, that's another option there. What else have we got? Garlic dough balls. So I'm just checking my pizzas. So again, this is just made from one dough ball, one 210 gram dough ball, and it's got, all I've served it with is a little marinara sauce, tomatoes, garlic, some anchovies in there as well, and just topped it with a garlic butter, some rosemary. Again, really simple to do. And after that, we've got the panzerottis, which are little calzones basically. So these are actually vegan. So what you do is you cut the dough into 5 or 6 pieces. I've actually filled this with the tomato sauce, the vegan soy-free or Love Satan pepperoni, and some mozzarella cheese. And it's, you know, all I do is just deep fry them. You could glaze them and bake them like a calzone, but that's the traditional way of doing it. So they're great with a bottle of Peroni.
I was just going to say, in shot there you can see Peroni, which is from our Unity range. So we have wines, beers and spirits in our business as well, and we absolutely have the expertise to help you guys match your menus to wines, beers. So the Crafty Pizza Guide is actually matched with soft drinks and beers to create that really sort of like authentic pubby, kind of relaxed atmosphere. But we also do have a great range of wines that we can also recommend for you guys.
That's great. Okay, right. What I'm going to do now is just show you another one that I've done, is a brunch one, and it's square. So again, using the dough ball, all I do is tease the corners out. So I don't use a rolling pin, I just tease it out, and then, but I'll show you that now. So that should be, we're getting there. A couple more minutes on them. So
I think brunch pizzas are something that we've seen a huge rise in interest in as well. It's a really kind of fashionable day part at the moment. It is, and it fits that day part where you might be a little bit quieter. So if you put on a brunch pizza, for example, you know, and so you're sort of in between that breakfast and lunch, and it's really versatile, and you can, you know, smoked bacon, chorizo, mushrooms, and then I'm going to top mine with a lovely fried egg. So it's... I think Martin's point there about expanding the day parts as well is really important for pizza. As I mentioned earlier, if you're a hotel, a pub, you might have quite set serving times. So if you're able to just order a couple of really great pizzas in between those quieter times, it's a little bit of extra revenue for you guys to have, and it just creates a really nice sort of like all-day eating menu.
we got any more questions coming through while we're waiting for our delicious pizzas?
Oh, I'm sure we've got a lot of questions here for you,
Fire
Martin.
one off.
So, we've done what's your favourite pizza, but other than hot honey, is there anything else that you find that's really trendy in pizza at the moment? Where do you see it going in 2021?
I think, you know, it's experimenting with different flavours, different base sizes, different doughs maybe as well. I think, you know, there's a lot of emphasis on sort of regionality as well, and what else is there? Yeah, that's the hot honey thing was one of the key things that I saw.
Yeah. I think those fusions of kind of like an Asian fusion mixed with maybe something a bit more traditional as well is really popular. We've had a question about providing step-by-step guides as well. We absolutely, in the guide, the Crafty Pizza itself, there's a complete step-by-step guide about how you should roll out the dough, how the dough should look, and we can definitely look at training that into your teams. And sort of specs and stuff is something that we really can look at for everyone's individual.
There is, and just I have done a video, a training video for Crafty Pizza. So there is your brunch pizza. So that has got some lovely chorizo on it, some mushrooms, bacon, and then top it all off with a runny fried egg, which, you know, when you cut into that at the table, so I'm just going to go nick that, there you go. So that's a lovely brunch piece. Cut that into fours or things like, you know, it's really, really easy to do. So yeah, I think that one's on the website as well. I think I've already done that one.
The smell in this kitchen at the moment, I know you guys can't smell it at home, but it really is amazing.
Right, okay, so my next one up is oh, that's looking good.
A quick question, Martin. Is it essential to use a pizza pan or a stone or mesh tray when you're cooking these?
Well, I've cooked these on a tray. You know, if you want, there's a little bit of oil on the base of the tray so you can get a bit of a crusty base to it. You know, you can use, if you can get a stone, use a pizza stone, but yeah, it's quite easy to do this.
That looks
There we go. So we've got that one there. I'm just going to pop that over there. And I'm just going to finish this with a little bit of rocket, like so, and a grating of, so within our gustoso range we've got the grana padano there, so a little bit of cheese to finish it off. You could add a little bit of truffle oil to the top if you really wanted to, but I just like it like that. So that is our white based pizza with truffled mushrooms, truffle sauce, and caramelised red onions and marinated mushrooms. All right, so that's a lovely, you know, something a little bit different.
Absolutely, one of my favourite parts of the job is Martin's creations. So Martin, what about sweet pizzas? Could you use these bases to make sweet pizzas?
You certainly can, and I do a really nice, so I use the pizza base and I actually do hazelnut spread and then dust the outside with sugar and bake that. Or you can cut them into dough sticks, tumble them in cinnamon sugar and serve them with a chocolate dip. Ideal for, you know, different day parts as well, and that sweet hit as well, which everybody likes a sweet hit of that.
That sounds great.
Oh, before I forget, actually, what I also did was, while we're doing other things with dough, is a pizza kit. So utilising all the ingredients, and basically you can provide the dough ball, the mozzarella, this is the meat feast one. The tomato sauce, the peppers, all to go. So be in eyesight that people want to take things home or send them out to their colleagues that are working from home. Something along, they could order it online.
I think especially things like half term coming up, Christmas coming up, people are going to unfortunately be spending way more time in their homes this year. So it's a really great option if you guys want to keep your offerings diverse and interesting, is creating that kind of home experience that families, friends can get together and create their own pizzas.
That's it. So this is the barbecue, and what I'm going to do, so obviously you've got your tender stem strips there, your mozzarella, your grated mozzarella as well, and then we're just going to finish it with a nice drizzle of barbecue when it comes out. There we go. That was close. So that's the vegan barbecue with the tender stem strips, the mozzarella, all easy to do. Again, got all of those ingredients, so that's very good to do. All right, so that's that one.
So Martin, do you think that you could make a stuffed crust pizza using the dough balls?
You can. It's quite, all you need to do is buy the cheesy sort of strings, or just mold cheese into the dough, and basically you follow the same principle. You just fold the dough over and just pin it in, and that's where your crust will be, and that's as simple as that. Then top it, deep fill it, whatever you want to do basically. So yeah, the list is sort of endless on the opportunities that you can do with the Crafty Pizza Company concept. Right, so I've got one more. Yeah. Shall we have a look at that one?
So I think we've got time for one more.
Have we got time for one more? Right, so back to the dough balls. So what I'm going to show you is just a very simple 3 cheese calzone, and again, same principle. Now, as you can see, schoolboy error. You can see that crust, because I forgot to put the lid back on. It's starting to crust up a little bit, so we will. Not really ideal, but what I'm going to do.
At least it's authentic, Martin.
So I'm going to do that. So there's your dough ball. A little bit of tomato sauce that way now. And some mozzarella in there as well.
I must admit, I love a calzone. It's almost like a pizza pasta combination.
That's it, yeah.
Pasty combination that I just love.
So we've got some mascarpone, and so that'll give you a nice sort of creamy mouthfeel to the pizza. Get off there. And then just finish off with some. Have you got any more questions yet?
Oh, let me have a look. I'm sure we've got some more coming in. We've got a question about what toppings we have for pizzas. That's a great question, but I think we have so many toppings and such a large range at Bidfood.
We do.
This is a really great opportunity to talk about them and see what we've got. Everything that we're using today is available from Bidfood. Martin, do you have anything to add?
No, I mean we have got lots of different toppings. Pulled pork, those types of salamis. If you wanted to finish it with a balsamic glaze, we've got that as well. Semi-dried tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, jalapenos, everything that you could think of to to top your pizzas, really.
Do we have any sides available as well? I think trading up opportunities are really important in today's market as well.
We've got potato wedges that you can do serve dips with. We've got wings of barbecue, plain. So there's quite a lot that we can offer if you wanted to trade up along with the sides. You know, make your own dough balls, your Unity beers, wines, spirits. So there's a lot there to offer. You know, your customers. So I'm just going to pop that onto there, and then what I like to do is just finish with just a little bit more Parmesan.
That looks fantastic. Yeah, so I think with sides we've got garlic bread, we've got onion rings, we've got chicken wings, we've got fries, we've got everything that you guys could add to really enhance the offering.
And then what I'm going to do is just finish it with, I'm going to just pinch some rosemary off of there. Just finish it with some little rosemary sprigs. And that's going to go into the oven. So off we go.
So, question for you, Martin. Do you think that you could add olive oil to the dough to enrich it to make a focaccia?
Well, I'll show you this one. Let me just clear down first. Hang on a sec.
Absolutely.
Just take that out of the way.
So while Martin clears down, I'd just like to reiterate the point that you guys will be followed up with an email with the presentation of the facts that we've covered today, all of the product listings with the codes, the product names, and any information that you have seen here today, recipes, etc. This will all be coming to you via email. The recording will also go live on the website. You'll be able to share this with your team so you can get more people to watch, more people to understand what we can do here at Bidfood. So we will follow up with everything, so please don't worry if you have missed anything today or we have missed any of your questions. But it looks like Martin has got a great product here ready to show us.
Yes, so this is going back to the utilising the dough. So this is almost like a focaccia style. So what I've done is that the 3 dough balls together, proved up. So all I've done is massage olive oil into it before it rises. So you wouldn't necessarily get the dough ball and add olive oil to it. I don't see a reason to do that, but what you can do is just massage those olive oil into the top of it while it's proving. So again, really sort of, you get that nice, let's see if I can cut that without, so it's sort of a bready, doughy finish to it. So that's the Detroit base that we've done. There we go. Just pop that on there. So you could, sell that by the wedge or the slab. So again, quite easy to do. Has that tomato sauce gone on there? Yeah, it has, hasn't it?
Okay.
So what else have we got?
So I think we're nearly out of time, Martin.
Are we? Oh, sorry.
But no, absolutely. It's been great. It's been really encouraging and really inspiring to see some of the ideas that you've come up with today. Just a couple more questions around the dough. So I guess a really great idea with the dough is to be able to adapt it to theme days. So do you think you could make it any shape and size? Or what about like a heart for Valentine's Day, for example?
I guess you could do. I've never tried making a heart before, but I'm sure you could do that with a dough ball. You might even be able to get a heart tin and do it that sort of, prove it up in the tin so it actually cooks in the tin. And then you can top it with all those lovely goodies. So yes, I guess you could.
That's great.
So this is going to be a couple more minutes, so whether you want to...
Well, we'd just like to say a massive thank you for everyone's time today. Thank you for logging in. If you've attended both webinars, again, thank you so much. If you're not currently a Bidfood customer, we'd love to carry on the conversation with you. And if you are a Bidfood customer, we really hope that you found these ideas inspiring today, and we've helped you on what we can do. Martin is just flashing me here as well some really great takeaway boxes that we can show you in a minute. As we can put our pizzas, as we said, we really can do everything for delivery.
So we've got pizza boxes of various sizes as well, so don't forget those. Nearly forgot them, so obviously great for, you know, you can put your sides in there, you can put your pizzas in there, your dough balls, and you know, you might even, in the deeper ones, you might even be able to get your box to go with your dough balls and your kit that you can do from home as well. So we've got everything that you need for that.
I really do love that suggestion of a home baking kit, because sometimes the dough that you make yourself can always have that idea of going wrong. So those kind of ideas are great, I think. So as I said, thank you for coming. If you have got any specific questions, we will be trying to follow these up in an email, but if not, please do get in touch with your account manager, who should be able to answer any questions. Any product specific information, please go to our advice centre. They have all of the information on anything product related. But I think from us, if that is the calzone quite ready?
No, it's not quite ready.
Shall we let everyone get on with their afternoons? It looks great, but I think we might have to love you all and leave you there. So thank you so much for joining in today, guys, and we hope to be back with more soon.